So, just to preface the next act a little bit, North Eugene High School has an amazing speech and debate team that we're really proud of. And speech and debate constitutes a lot of different kinds of events. One of them is called radio speaking. And it's where a speaker gives a 5-minute speech where they pretend like they're hosting a radio show. And so they usually say something informative or persuasive. Macey Hoffman, 10th grade, gave this speech at her first time competing at the Willamette High School debate tournament this year and came in first place with this speech. So she's going to perform it, and I ask you to please respect this speech because it is an incredible thing that she's done here, and it's a big moment for her sharing this. So, Macey Hoffman.
In March of 2003, there was a bright, popular, typical 16-year-old in high school. What's significant about him, and what will we bring into your attention today? The fact that he stabbed his girlfriend when she tried to break up with him. Everyone deserves a respectable relationship where they feel loved and safe. But have you heard dating statistics lately? 4 out of 5 of teenage girls aged 14 to 17 know someone their age who has been hit or beat by a partner. And 23% of girls in relationships report going further sexually than they wanted as a result of pressure from their partner. 30% of women in this country who are murdered are killed by their husband or boyfriend. These numbers are growing and need to be stopped. I'm here to bring awareness to you that dating abuse is a serious problem and give you the tips to break the cycle. Unfortunately, I'm coming to you with my first-hand experience with an abusive relationship. When I got my first boyfriend, I had no idea what our relationship would turn into. The first couple of months were great, and I felt like the happiest girl in the world. Little did I know, I would soon be pulled away from my friends and left with bruises on my skin and on my heart. I've never been the girl to stand up for myself, so my self-esteem was quickly taken away. I dealt with physical, sexual, and emotional abuse, and it took over my world. For most of the time while I was with him, I was in pure denial. Once I realized what was happening to me, he got me to believe I deserved it. I tried to stand up against him, but he had full power over me in the relationship. I wasn't able to talk to anyone about it until I left, for I was scared and ashamed. Leaving him was the hardest thing I've ever done, and also the thing I'm most proud of in my life. I never want anybody to have to go through the pain I did and have to deal with the emotional scars that still haunt me every day. So here are some signs that can help you identify dating abuse and help end the cycle. Some of the main things to look for are the partner calling them names or putting them down in front of others, extreme jealousy, constantly checking up on them, changes in appearance, weight, or grades, injuries they can't explain, the person always worried about upsetting their partner and giving up on things that used to be important to them. In any abusive relationship, it starts with affection and attention. Once the victim is attached to the partner, the abuse begins. It starts with small requests and escalates with time. Most people think that an abusive relationship is just physical, when actually physical abuse is usually the last tactic the partner will use to gain power. An abuser uses put-downs, mind games, and threats to kill the victim's self-esteem. Once the victim has lost their self-esteem, they fear conflict and will give in easier and easier each time to the demands from the abuser. Nearly 80% of girls who have been physically abused continue to stay in the relationship. Why? You begin to feel responsible for what's happening, even when it's not your fault. Maybe you think jealousy is a sign of love, or you may not even realize what is happening to you is abuse. Many have nowhere to go, are inexperienced daters, don't want to accept the fact that the person they love is hurting them, or they think the abuser will change. But an abuser cannot completely change without professional help. They may have seen things in the past in their family life and learned from them, done it out of peer pressure, been influenced by media and society, or feel they might lose respect if they don't have control. Whatever the reason is, it does not make it okay. It can only help us better understand why this is happening. Do you know someone who might be in an abusive relationship? Do you know how to help them? First off, put your listening ears on, because the person probably has a lot they want to get off their chest. It's important to let them do the talking, and for you to listen to their concerns. Never try to tell a person what to do. Only they can make the decision to leave their partner. Offer to get them information, or suggest they talk to a counselor, teacher, or adult they trust. Let them know you're there for them, and what's happening to them is not their fault. One reason I didn't tell anyone what was happening to me is because I was afraid of being judged, and I know many other people feel the same way. 95% of reported incidents of assaults in relationships are committed by males, though a girl can be an abuser too. Abuse can happen to anyone, teen or adult, rich or poor, and it is never in any way your fault if you're the victim. Love is not controlling. Love is not telling someone what to do. Love is not being obsessive. Love is not feeling worthless. Love is trusting. Love is fun and exciting. Love is accepting. Love is freedom. Love is respect. It's about lifting people up, not tearing them down. The statistics are scary and the abuse sickening, but you have the voice to reach out to others and spread the word on how serious domestic violence is. You have the ability to say no to a partner when your limits are being crossed. You have the chance to help end this horrible way of life many people are experiencing. So next time you spot abuse, what are you going to do?
So awesome of her to do that.